The same could be said for Unai Emery. I'm not, as much as I like him, if you're going to ask the question, I don't think that's a fit.
Is he on your shortlist?
No.
What about you, Sting?
No.
Yeah, absolutely is. Wins in Europe, good manager.
Bit of an underdog guy.
But I love the underdog story. I love it.
But we're not that anymore.
I don't care. I want to be that.
He did okay in Paris as well. He did win in Paris.
Yeah, but again, ultimately,
basically, the Arsenal thing tarnished him. He was all right at Arsenal. He got down to a final, by the way. Yeah. He couldn't say V and good evening, and and then people were racist and xenophobic against him. That's why he got sacked from there. He done fuck all.
No, I get that.
I think, mate, he'd be good at us.
I won't hear bad words said about him. I think he's brilliant. I've said it countless times on this podcast. I think he's brilliant. I just doesn't feel like a Liverpool fit.
The issue is, sorry, Chloe, I think sometimes he's been pegged as this like defensive manager, but it's not. Villa aren't defensive now. No. They're good at the back. And they work more but they attack with verve, and like he plays a proper striker with two proper wingers and a number 10. They're a very attacking side. John McGinn is invited to get forwards. He is not like a park the bus manager who wins like 1-0 games. Like he's not that. He does go for it. I think he wouldn't be my first choice, but if Liverpool have him on their shortlist, then I'd be fine. I'd rather have him than De Zerbi, for example.
Yeah. Yes.
So. I think I kind of know where Dan's going with his point, and I agree with you two as well. I'd definitely have him on there. There's like can he do the full possession, we're going to have 70% of the ball and dominate a league campaign? That's the question mark for me.
I think he can, yeah.
And I'm not sure he can, because I've not seen him do it. I didn't see his Paris side. Maybe you did and you know differently to me.
They were just the best
what I've seen him is very much counter-attacking football until he got to Villa. And it's not all singing, all dancing, we're going to take the ball off you for 70% of the time. At Villa, it's still quick transitions. We don't get very many opportunities to do that. So I'd have him on my shortlist, definitely. I'd be really interested. And it's whether you believe he can make that step up. You do. Chloe, what do you think?
I'm just one of them where I want the next manager. I want to be able to buy into everything that he stands. Like, I just want someone who I think... I adore you. I think your boss and the way you play football is class. And I get that with Unai Emery. I think he can do that. I mean, he went up against Manchester City and Arsenal and had 3 games break and literally took the mick out of Manchester City. So, and they probably did have a lot of possession in that game because Manchester City had like 1 shot.
1-0
Villa had like 19 or something silly. And then they showed the other side of them against Arsenal where they had to go toe-to-toe with them and they bullied them and they showed the tenacity and they showed that I'm bullying you off the ball, I'm better than you, I'm stronger than you. And you've got to see 2 different sides of Unai Emery's team. You've also got to see the counter-attacking side of it and the quality they use. Liverpool are unbelievable in transition. You know, you think of some of the goals. I mean, Everton springs to mind a lot where they've hit the post and all of a sudden in 30 seconds we've got the ball in the back of the net. Unai Emery's side do that. Unai Emery's side are really good in transitions, and that's why Liverpool are also really good in transitions as well. And sometimes we've had to do that. So yeah, I think Unai Emery should be on the shortlist. Is he my number 1 candidate? No, but if he was named as the next Liverpool manager, I'd be like, yeah, I'd give it a go.
It's interesting.
10 on my list.
It's interesting because Xabi Alonso's on most people's shortlist. He's probably top of most people's like wanted list. What's he done that Emery's not done?
No, exactly. He hasn't won 4 Europa Leagues.
No.
Hasn't won a league title. Hasn't shown like he can manage in the Premier League. Like, I get the Alonso thing and I think he'd probably still be my choice if I'm giving it, but I think...
Yeah, in pure black and white terms.
Yeah, like Emery's he's a fantastic manager. He did a decent job at Arsenal. It was just a mad time to take over that football team. He got left a bit of a shambles. He still got into the European final as well. It was the circumstances around that was all mad why he got sacked. But mate, I think he's fantastic. I think he's absolutely brilliant. I've been saying it for 2 years now. I think he's brilliant. His teams are so well organised, but they're not. I'll go back to it. They don't just counter-attack. They can play. Watch that game against City. That's a team who can play footy.
No, I agree with you. But then
why wouldn't he be on the list? I
can't say he was on the list.
No, I'm hypothesising to the group. Why wouldn't he be on your list? I don't understand.
He has no feel to me as a Liverpool manager whatsoever. Honestly, I can't stress that enough. I think he's dramatically missing.
He's got Benitez qualities though. In that and we got behind Benitez. Because if you win, but like he's not Jurgen. He's not
No
the
one's gonna be.
Yeah, he's not the fist bumps, crowd pump up. But like, I still think he connects with the Villa fans. The Villa fans love him.
Yeah, they do.
Absolutely.
So I think
I'm a Liverpool fan, and I love that.
I love Unai Emery. I love him.
Doesn't sound like it, Dan.
He's just not a Liverpool manager in waiting.
None of us believe that you love Unai Emery.
He's just
everything you're saying other than I love him suggests that you don't love him.
I'll get a tattoo of Unai
I love
Emery's
my
face
wife.
if we do.
While you're banging some behind the I love my wife, honestly. He's out bevying every night, partying with different girls.
There's something dramatically missing for me. And maybe it's because I'm so invested in Xabi Alonso. Not necessarily.
Why is Xabi Alonso a better manager than Unai Emery? I mean, he might be.
I think he might be.
But he might not be.
No, but I'm willing to take that risk on Xabi Alonso.
Yeah,
because my biggest concern in life right now is that Xabi Alonso might be the next big thing, and Liverpool don't get him right now. Because all of a sudden the Real Madrid hot seat becomes available, all the Bayern Munich one, and he goes there and he's absolute mustard.
That's my I agree with that, but like,
if you ask
for a CV for Liverpool manager, can he win trophies? Yeah. Is he managing the Premier League, which is helpful? Yeah. Has he won European? Has he had European success? Yeah.
No, I get it.
Are the signings good? Yeah.
I'm almost certain.
There's not many managers apart from Emery that are on that.
No.
Did he play good footy? Yeah. Like
he ticks loads of boxes.
If you're doing like a Venn diagram of all those things, Unai Emery's right in the middle.
There's an intangible here. There's an intangible here, and Jurgen Klopp has that intangible in absolute bucket loads. I don't think Unai Emery does.
See, I don't think. I don't know, man, because like, I don't think Xabi Alonso is going to be that either. He's a different.
This goes back to the point that Keogh made last week on the podcast. Is that you're not going to get another Shankly, so it doesn't have to be someone like Jurgen Klopp. Paisley, his point was Paisley wasn't Shankly, and that difference can still achieve success.
Okay, so say Xabi Alonso says, "Don't fancy it." Would you be okay with Emery? Or would there be someone else on that? Because it feels like you're very much invested. And I get the Alonso thing, I get it. But if he says, I'm off to Real Madrid, lads, I love Liverpool, but Real Madrid want me. If he does a Jude Bellingham, then
I'd still have managers ahead of
who?
Yeah, I'd like to know who that is.
Okay.
And if De Zerbi comes out,
Ancelotti's on my very short list.
Yeah, I just don't think he comes and does it. No,
I think he comes just to put a red Christmas tree up.
Yeah, well, he moved out of Liverpool because he always got robbed. I don't think he's fancy coming back here anytime soon.
He'd love him in charge of us. He'd love to stick it to Everton as well.
He would, but also I think he fucked off the second he could.
Yeah, I don't know. I've and I keep going back to this man, but I've got a Julian Nagelsmann ahead of.
I'd rather shoot myself in the face.
I do.
He's fucking capping.
I think
you're talking personality that doesn't fit with Liverpool. Nagelsmann's at the top.
He is the perfect Chelsea manager. And
exactly.
See you next Tuesday.
That's why I pigeonholed him as Chelsea before. I think we're at a point now whereby we might need something slightly removed because Jurgen Klopp leaving is such a big deal. Of course, we need someone a little bit younger, up and coming, that's going to take this club forward for the next few years.
So I think that should be the next one. I think the next fella coming in should just win.
Yes,
everything's built for him to just win. Win now. Ancelotti would be fucking bad. He's not going to happen, but Ancelotti's the pair.
I don't think that exists.
Here's this team I've built.
Outside of Ancelotti, Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola, that person doesn't exist.
It might be Emery.
Belletti should be on that list.
Potentially, yeah.
Mourinho's the other one who's one of them.
Yeah, he's doing him.
No.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I'll see you next Tuesday. That's my problem. Him and Nagelsmann are both one of them. I've found it, man, for a while that Emery hasn't been linked more.
But he hasn't even been mentioned. This is the first time I'm hearing his name mentioned.
No, it's baffling.
He's not been mentioned at all.
No.
It's been Alonso, De Zerbi, and Thomas Frank.
Ruben Amorim as well. Ruben Amorim is Sporting.
He's not Unai Emery's not number one on my list, but out of the managers that you've just said, he'd top all of them.
Thomas Frank.
I'd have Alonso. I'd have.
He's supposed to be highly thought of, isn't he?
Highly thought of.
Yeah. I'd put Unai Emery above Thomas Frank.
100%. 100%.
I don't see.
I might be talking myself.
Might change tonight.
I might be talking myself into Emery should be the favourite.
Really?
I'm getting close to it.
Ahead of Xabi Alonso.
That's the only difference. If Xabi Alonso hadn't played for Liverpool, I don't think this is a conversation.
But so I've just said a minute ago, we want this young up and coming manager. Well, I personally,
that's a very royal win.
I want this young up and coming manager who could be the next best thing.
Yes,
to be the guy. But... And we've all invested in Xabi Alonso, so therefore we all want that.
I'm not
convinced Xabi Alonso's the guy.
Really?
I think Xabi Alonso could be the guy.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward to May, June. Then Liverpool are about to appoint the next manager. After Jurgen Klopp to succeed.
And Xabi Alonso just won the Bundesliga.
What's the name? Well, no, forget. What's the name that you want to hear?
Carlo Ancelotti. It is.
Pep Guardiola available. Like, I don't know. This is tough, man. I think Alonso is going to be a good manager. I know Unai Emery is a good manager, and that's it.
Do you rather Unai Emery?
No, I'm not saying that because I don't know. My head's gone because because if Alonso hadn't played for Liverpool,
it would be Unai
Emery.
I'm terrified of Alonso being boss and not getting him.
That's kind of where
What
I'm
happens
at.
if we do get him and he's crap?
He's not. He's not crap.
I don't think he's crap, but also you
Well,
move
it's just
on.
not Liverpool's level. Okay.
You think you play in a European competition next year?
Oh, come on,
Emery
Steve.
or Alonso?
Well, Xabi Alonso's doing a very good job in
let me
Europe.
answer at the end of the season because Leverkusen might win a European
That's true.
trophy this year.
That is true. They're doing well.
I
That's
hope they
fair.
don't. Right.
They won't.
If I was picking the next Liverpool manager, I'd probably pick Xabi Alonso. But Unai's very
I've been
close.
sold on Xabi Alonso for a while.
But this
since
is
it came out.
purely on emotion, and that's the reason I'm not picking Unai Emery.
No, I don't think so. It's,
Oh, no,
it's
if
the
I was
opposite.
picking on emotion, I think I'd pick
Alonso's
Emery.
the emotion for me.
Yeah.
We're picking Alonso on emotions. I'm not picking Unai Emery on that.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He doesn't have that.
He has the
wiggle.
CV.
He has the CV, exactly.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
So in black and white.
Why do you think he isn't being mentioned?
I don't know, to be honest with you, but like, are we really just like, if you could get Ancelotti, would you still have Alonso?
No,
Ancelotti?
You're obsessed, man.
I'd have Ancelotti, of course, but I don't think.
Yeah, there you go. Of course,
But I don't
you
think
would.
he's an option.
No,
Would
definitely
you
It's
though?
not an
Because how
option.
long is he going to do it for?
Mate,
I
I
don't
don't give
care,
a
but
fuck.
I'd want
I will put him
everything.
in the league like twice, and then I'm fine with the future. The future will take care of itself.
Well, I'm not.
The thing is, I think Liverpool will go for a young manager.
I do as well.
And that rules out a lot of the people that we're speaking about already. Like, I think Spalletti's a brilliant manager,
Yeah.
but he's in his 60s. So I don't think Liverpool are going anywhere near him because we've just had a lad retire who's in his 50s, basically, who it's too tough for.
Yeah.
I think you need to be ahead of the curve. And everything from the last 10 or 12 years of what Liverpool have done data-wise is being ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And based
That's
on
why
our transfer.
Alonso makes sense for what Liverpool are looking for.
Agreed.
Yeah.
They're looking
Xabi
for somebody
Alonso
to go,
Is my
Exactly
number
right.
one.
Yeah.
Like,
And based on our transfer policy, the FSG by a rule don't buy sort of 30 Endo and Thiago are exceptions.
so
to that,
that's
of course.
Emery, that's Spalletti,
Exactly.
that's all of them out.
Someone who's
But
about
it
to
brings in
blossom.
your Nagelsmans, your Alonsos, your Tuchel.
It rules out a lot of good managers.
It does.
Yeah.
Someone who's about to hit their peak and could burst
Exactly.
at some
That's
point.
what Liverpool will be
That's
looking
what
at.
we're looking for. That's what we do with players. That's where I'm at.
But it's not what I would do if it was my money and I was in charge of Liverpool. I'd go and get someone who guarantees me trophies,
Yeah.
and that guy is Ancelotti. Or Pep Guardiola.
They're not available, are they? That's the thing.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's a good conversation. It is a good conversation, but I'm so in on Xabi Alonso. It hurts.
I just need to watch more of him, and I've got that plan for tonight because we're doing a show on him on Wednesday on the deep dive
Also-
and on his tactics and stuff.
Leverkusen, Munich on the weekend.
Yeah.
5 kickoff.
we will be there.
It's going to be a belt episode.
The Bias Football podcast turns a bit biased.
Well, it's better than talking about Newcastle 4 Luton 4.